The Bears lost! The Bears lost! I love it! I love it so much! I'm gonna dance my happy dance! The Bears lost! Up your old butt, Hezokuai! The Bears lost! I'm so happy! I'm so happy! That's right! Hez isn't even into it today, man! So I'm gonna shake over the toe! Get it? Shake over the toe? Is it, wait, no. No, come on, Blackheart, I'm in a good mood, man, come on. Don't start my week with this nonsense.
Thank you, Blackheart. If it wasn't for that, I don't know what this kid would have done. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, that game was absolutely ridiculous. For those of you who don't like watch football or didn't see the game or know what's going on, so the Bears, it was literally the 49ers scored a touchdown. Bears ball, Bears scored a touchdown. 49ers, Bears, 49ers, Bears. Every other play, the other team scored. And of course, it came down to the last second. And the Bears in the end zone made a pass, but it touched the ground before he grabbed it. So incomplete pass, game over. They ran out of time, and that was it. Oh, unbelievable. Exciting game. Absolutely. Because it just literally back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was insane. Kings do 2000. Oh, wait, you didn't get your happy dance, Blackheart. Let's go. All right. Thank you so much. It's 20 degrees out here right now. 20. 20. We got a little bit of snow on the ground. Oh, man. It's cold. Kingston 2000 said good morning all. That's everybody. That's all of it. That's right. Highway star. Yeah, I know. But I like what you said. But the Cowboys are going to be watching the playoffs on TV while the Bears are going to be in it. So, hey, what are you going to do? Tiny is here, but her phone is dead. I need to get the problem straightened out. All right. Well, hello, Tiny. What's up? Snow! Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Uncle Audie's Bar, girl, let's do Predator. Hello and welcome to the show. Don't you know? Whoa. Oh man. The Cody, hey, what's up, the Cody? The Bears. I know, right? the YMCA lawyer, yeah, that guy. Jaime Palmetto Bay, there's no need to fear Hezokuai. And Jaime Palmetto Bay is here. Good morning, Your Honor. Jaime Palmetto Bay appearing on behalf of YouTube. Free news now, voodoo. I guarantee you Voodoo agrees with that one. Yeah, not me, though. I blame Hez. What? Dag nabbit.
Yeah, me too, man. Anything that's bad, it's Hezekiah's fault, man. Just blame Hez. In fact, that's the answer. There's any question you could ever ask in life, there are only one of two answers. Either cops are bad or blame Hez. Right? Boo. I mean,
Monday, man. Uncle Artie, Highway Star. Hey, Frauditor Man, say good morning. Eagle Nick Audit. Blackheart Knight, Jaime. I say News Now Voodoo should have a podcast show called The News Now Voodoo Show. I would definitely be interested in being a co-host for the show, similar to Jerry Springer. I would definitely work for News Now Voodoo.
Hi, man. I'm trying to start my own show. Did you see I made a gaming video? I was thinking of making another one based on the success of that last one. What did it get? 3 views? It was amazing. I never thought I'd get any. Yeah, man. I'm going to start doing that more and doing more videos. I might start my own channel, but I don't know, man. I get a little camera shy sometimes, especially when I'm getting tasified. At least if it was my own channel, I'd never get tased. Right, Hez? Ow, well, come on, man. I mean, ow. Stop it. I'm going to be so... What do?
Of course you'd get tased even if it was your own channel. I'd still be there. You're still under house arrest. Blackheart Knight would still have a button. He could just come in and press it anytime. Sorry. All right. Anyway, Let's see, what do we got? We got David G, 1962. I get it, but I always want to say because of the rhyme scheme. My brain always thinks in rhyme scheme, so I just want to say David G, 1963. But I know it's not David T, 1963, because I'm from Chicago, so we got tree. Speaking of which, the Chicago Bears, they failed to achieve victory yesterday, but we still got another game, and we're going to the playoffs. They're taking it easy, they're saving up the guys for the playoffs so that we can win 3 in a row and go to the Super Bowl. Why couldn't the green pepper enter the archery contest? Because he didn't have an arrow. He didn't have an arrow. He didn't have an arrow. What? No, I like that one. I'll tell you what. I found it took me 52 years. It's going to be 53. My birthday's in January. Ugh. It took me 52 years to finally finalize my all-time ultimate number one favorite hot sauce. It's Cholula Sweet Habanero. Oh, that stuff is so good. I put it on any of the specialty pizza. Oh, forget about it. All right. Good morning, Hez and the Rash family. Question. What do you call an intelligent donkey? Smart ass. Hee-haw, hee-haw. Electric Glad, 2818. Hello, all pickles. Oh, yeah. Let's see. That was a wild game yesterday from Choir Guy. Absolutely, positively, that game was insane. We got Uncle Artie for $2. Haha, Zepify has the Bears lost and Jaime rules. Come on, Uncle Artie. Look, I still got my Uncle Artie's little thing there. I need a big one. And actually, you know what I need? Like about 12 inches, maybe 10 inches around, realistically. An actual neon Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill stupidity sign. I would put it up on the wall. I would legitimately put it up. That would be so awesome. But yeah, no, I don't need to get zapped, right? What? What's that about? No, not me. I don't deserve it. No, it hurts. No, don't clap for that. That was a nightmare. No wonder he don't like it. Shut up. Thank you very much. Yeah. Let's see. Tiny says hello to everybody. I actually thought the Bears would pull that one out. I'm telling you, we were there. Me and my boys, we were sitting there like up to the last second. Just we were locked in. Just come on, make the pass. Oh. And I think we were on first down, maybe second. So even if the clock if we didn't run out of time, we would have had 2 more chances, and we were on first and goal, second and goal. So, yeah. Lisa Alcazar, what's up? Good morning. Even though oh yeah, I loved it. I feel bad for my older son because he was like, because it was last week when they beat the Packers that he finally got like locked in, like, oh yeah, Bears, that's it this year, let's go. And then yesterday's like, because the problem is because I had to take him home to his mother's house. So, like, the game didn't end here until 11. So, like, I didn't get him home till almost midnight. So he's like, man, they were going to lose. I could have just went home instead of waiting all night, staying up all night. These are Alcazars here. I need a co-host who doesn't try to unalive me, so I think the little voodoo doll would be perfect. Hey, I see David E. Persons is here. Did you know Mr. Persons was on the very first New Year's holiday? The first New Year ever. Hey, Donna Ray, good morning, Hez. Hope everyone had a great holiday. Yes. Absolutely, positively. Yeah, I didn't think about it because I did a Saturday show just this Saturday. So I did do a show after Christmas, but I didn't think about a lot of my morning crew wasn't there. So we'll talk about what I did for Christmas. It'll be good times. I had a great time. I loved it. I was so happy because this is extremely rare. It was like I got my Christmas present. Like, you know, since I've been back here, I see my kids all the time, but having all four of my children here at the same time and having all of us together on Christmas Eve, that was my Christmas present. That was like a magical moment to me. The playoffs are going to be something else. Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be great to see the Bears in the playoffs. Yeah. Even if they lose, they lost yesterday, and even if they lose the next game, they're still going to the playoffs no matter what. They're locked in. Let's see. Hey, did you know that in Europe it's called a lift, and in America it's called an elevator? I guess we're all raised differently. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see. Lessinator, what's up? Good to see you, sir. Let's see where we at here. Hold on a second. All right. Sorry about that. So let's see what else we got. Williams should have hit that last pass, plant your feet, and hit the wide receiver. Didn't need to dance around so much. Yeah, he was just running and running and running. Let's see, Donneray. No, Parson, the Bears didn't win, but they didn't get whooped either. It was literally, it was an extremely exciting game. It was literally tit for tat. In fact, they kept talking, the announcers kept talking how this is like almost never happened. Like literally, like they got a touchdown, we got a touchdown. They got a touchdown, we got a touchdown. They got a touchdown, we got a touchdown. It just kept going, just like that the whole time until the very end. The Bears just needed that last score, and they ran out of time. They didn't make a pass, and then the clock hit 0. They still had, I think, 2 more downs, but they ran out of time. That was it. It was over. Let's see. He's can't see me. Who's he's? Who he? Oh, Working, lurking. All right, Donna Ray. You got to process 600 claims today. Holy crap, hammer sandwiches. I see Frauditor Mania is here. I guess he's waiting for a cereal bowl to be filled. You know his favorite cereal is alphabet cereal? He loves to spell out words in the milk. Donna Ray says, I wish I was off. I've backed off the Frauditors, which is why I'm not around. Yeah, sometimes you get burned out on them because they're so wicked. It just like melts your brain and you don't want to deal with it anymore. I know for me, I I do. That's why I like throwing sovereign citizen stuff in there. In fact, I think I got a couple sovereign videos today. It's just, there's so many stupid people. Like having a niche group that you make fun of is awesome, but just making fun of all of these idiots in general is pretty great. Not coming here though. Still need my morning show. Well, you know what? I've said this a long time ago because I've been doing this for a few years now, and it's gotten to the point where, and I always talk about this when I had before I lived in Florida, I was living in Wisconsin, but where I was living, like on my way to work every morning, there was a gas station right by my house. So every morning I'd stop at the same gas station, fill up if I needed it, get my cup of coffee, and then drive to work. And every morning, every single day, no matter what, no matter if it was hot or cold or whatever was going on, every morning when I walked in there was the same group of dudes sit because they were like some tables, like in the like you could, get your coffee, maybe they it's a gas station. They had hot food, but it is gas station food, like a hot pretzel or something or whatever. But they would always have like their little breakfast sandwich or their little thing and their coffee. And it was the same group of guys every morning. They'd all be sitting in a circle at the tables and hanging out. And I said a long time ago that that's kind of like how I feel like we've become. Like this show has become more about like the same group of people getting together every morning and just hanging out and having a laugh. It's good times. We got $2 from Jaime. Free news now. Voodoo's app has and do a duck dance. Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, man. Bell Bottom Blues. You're a simp. And I'm a pimp. Don't ask me why. Oh, wait a minute. That's two different songs. Now I'm singing Billy Joel. I ain't nobody except a pimp. And you're a simp, babe. Don't ask me why. Yeah, man. Okay, so what do you want me to do? You want me to zap pass and do a duck dance? I'll try. Okay. Here. This is my dance, man. You guys know my dance. Let's go. Hit the music, guys. Look at my butt. Look at my butt. Look at my butt. I'm gonna make a fart too. Yeah. Would you like that if I farted on you, Ez? Oh, I guess not. Holy crap, hammer sandwich. You're the one who's supposed to get zapped. What's up with that? Oz, why are you hitting me? Oz, what the heck?
I ain't letting that happen again. No way, Jose. I am not letting that happen again. No way I'm going to get this. Hey, Edward Catalera, good morning. Everyone in the chat. That's right. I love crochet videos. That's right. There's nothing more relaxing than crocheting and obeying the rules of the needle, hook, and crook. Oh no! Uncle Artie, you started it, so now you get it. No, maybe I should. That's a mouthful, man. Hold on. I'll look it up right now so that it'll be open in another tab. As soon as the show's over, I'll listen to it. Let's see. All right, got it. All right. Because hey, any recommendations for new music? Let me know, because so much new music is garbage. Like I love hearing new stuff that's actually decent. Because so much of it is crap. It's so hard to find good stuff these days. It's like you got to know what it is. Like I remember, like when I was young, I used to just randomly stumble upon good music all the time. Well, for one thing, they had good music on the radio back in those days, which is extremely rare now. I mean, You know what I'm saying? Like in the 90s, you turn on the radio and you hear like, here's a new song from a new band called Nirvana. Oh, here's a new song by a new band called Soundgarden. Oh, here's a new song by a new band called Pearl Jam. Oh, and like all this crazy stuff happening every day. And now it's like you turn on the radio and it's like some extremely auto-tuned drum machine sampled nonsense, cookie cutter assembly line garbage. It sounds like something that came out of my butt. Ow! And then the next song comes on and it's the same thing. Uh-oh, who woke up Grandpa Hez? Who woke Grandpa Hez? I don't know, man. It was my alarm. David Person says, that reminds me, I must test my slap machine news now, Voodoo.
Oh, no, come on, man. Don't be smackifying me through the internet. I don't like that. Hurts. Ow, thanks, rabbit. Ow, I can't go anywhere. I can't get out, man. What do I do?
They quit making good music a long time ago. Yep. Well, that's the thing. There are still good bands out there. It's just you can't just stumble upon them. Somebody has to tell you. You have to dig to find them. You got YouTube Premium membership. You can automatically get YouTube music and stuff you can find is great, especially old stuff, which is rare to hear today. I like that. I buy albums just because of the album cover. I used to do that. In fact, back in the day, I was the first person on my block, and it's because teenagers are petty, and I was so mad when Guns N' Roses got popular. I was so mad because Appetite for Destruction was out for a while before it caught on. It was when the singles came out and started hitting MTV in heavy rotation that they got super popular. But when the album first came out, nobody knew who they were. I had been listening to Guns N' Roses from day one. I thought I was so cool because I was listening to them before anybody. But the reason why I used to, every week I would get my allowance and I would go to the record store. I don't remember if I was already working at that point. Anyway, every week when I had money, I'd go to the record store. In fact, that was what I did until I got married. I would either, every time I had money, every week or every 2 weeks, whatever, I'd go to the record store, I'd go to a concert, and I'd go to the movies. Those are my three things. Anyway, one day, I'll never forget it, because one day I went to the record store, and I saw a brand new album just came out, and on the front cover, there was a crucifix with skulls on it. And knowing nothing about the band, you can tell that the skulls were supposed to be the four guys in the band. And of course, that was Appetite for Destruction. But the only reason I bought it was because I thought that cover was so cool. So yes, just based on the album cover. And then of course it was Guns N' Roses. So yeah. There's still a lot of great bands on there. I love finding them through YouTube. Yeah. We need bands like Molly Hatchet and that, Aerosmith, AC/DC. Yeah, real rock and roll. Flirting with disaster every day. Oh, yeah. I met Fates Warning back in the 80s. Nice. That was the first album I bought too. Good time. I don't remember the first album I ever bought, but I know the first CD I ever bought was Paranoid. The Moody Blues. Yeah, there you go. Speaking of good times anytime you need a payment. Good times anytime you need a friend. Hey, wait a minute. I just realized my Christmas lights on the ceiling are not on. The ones on the tree are. I thought it was just because it's daylight, I can't really see like the ones on the tree. But No, they're not on. I wonder why. I'll go mess with that later. I almost went AWOL in boot camp to go see them in concert in San Diego. No money and no way to get there, so I stuck it out. The Moody Blues. Oh man. See, that was cool. Chicago in the '90s was awesome, music wise, because like first of all, we had the Smashing Pumpkins were from Chicago, so that was a big thing. Like they would play. I saw them twice. One time in a small little club because I was in Chicago. I got to see them at the height of their popularity in a little club, which was great. And Cheap Trick opened for them. So I got to see both of them in a tiny little crap hole place, which was beautiful. But the punk rock scene in Chicago in the '90s, the underground punk scene was amazing. So many bands. And it was like every weekend there were 2 clubs. And every weekend there would either be a death metal band or a punk band. And every weekend I would go to either one of those clubs just to see, whoever was there that weekend. Hardcore Superstar. It's a sleaze rock band. Their poster was in Superman. That's awesome. When I was 7, my mom bought me the Beatles Abbey Road album when it came out. That was the first album I listened to. I got it right there. Boom. There's Abbey Road right there. There's Zeppelin's first album right next to it. What's up, everybody? Friday tours are narcissistic sociopaths. Frauditors are narcissistic sociopaths that gets on everyone's nerves, loves to play victim, and wants to feel important. Ain't that right, Voodoo?
No. You got it all wrong, man. You got it all wrong. First Amendment auditors are... Oh, I can... Yeah. Yeah, man, that's exactly what we are, man. But we can't say that, you know what I mean? We're supposed to say that we're legitimate journalists and members of the press. That way, when we go to court, we can claim the First Amendment protection, and then they have to let us go and then give us money in lawsuits. Because that's what it's all about. It's filing lawsuits and getting paid. Getting paid. Getting paid. Yes.
Whoa, hey, all right. One of the best weekends for me was in '92. Guns N' Roses and Metallica on Friday and Lollapalooza on Saturday. Got to meet Eddie Vedder. Nice. I saw Metallica, Anthrax, and Dokken in clubs before they were big. Yeah. Hey, Hez, to the young kids out there, can you describe a record store, Guns N' Roses, and rock and roll? Because I don't think Frauditor Mania has ever heard of any of those things. I hung out in the record store all the time, even well into the '90s, maybe even the early 2000s. I was always, as long as they were still around. Now they sell records at Walmart, because vinyl's kind of had a little bit of a resurgence. But back then, there was record stores on every corner, and I used to always hang out at the record store. That was the place to be. And you'd always find and it was cool too, because the local record stores, not the big chain places, you'd go there all the time. The people there would get to know you, and then they'd start when new records came out, they'd be like, "Oh man, I know you're into this kind of music. Here, look, we got this, and you should check these out." It was always fun. Excellent slasher, part of LA Guns for a while. I want to go back in time. Tower Records was my home away from home. When Dave Mustaine was still in Metallica. By the way, the new Megadeth album is, so far, just all the singles they released were all good. So I think, big picture overall, I think Metallica has a good 3 or 4, Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All. All of those 4 albums, any one of them, well, maybe not Kill 'Em All, but at least 3 of them are better than any album Megadeth ever put out. But when you look at the entire body of work, including the stuff they're coming out with right now, Megadeth easily has way more better songs than Metallica. So Megadeth wins. I got a curse on me from seeing a full concert of Tesla. Any woman I'm dating makes it impossible to go see them. I almost saw Tesla once. I was there and they were playing, but I was doing other stuff. You know, I think I was waiting in line for a drink by the time they got done playing and the next band came up. A lot of time and money spent at Sound Warehouse. I still have my albums 45s on a record player. Oh yeah, I got my turntable right there. It's literally like right off screen right there is my turntable. I got my big old Sony speakers hooked up to it. Got all my records. Obviously, those on there I got on display, but you know, I don't have all my records here. A lot of them are in storage, but the ones I listen to, I have here. All right. So anyway, guys, hello, welcome to the show. Great to see you here. It's Monday, and it is freaking cold out. It's like 20 degrees, and I can feel it because I got this air conditioner. And whenever it gets really cold out, the cold air starts coming in through the air conditioner, and it's you know, in the apartment. It's not a window unit. It's like permanently in the wall here. And I forgot that last year I had it all covered up during the winter because I uncovered it obviously for the summer. So now I threw a blanket over it, and that's helping. But I could still feel cold air like pouring in, like on the floor, because like you know you got the wall, and then the air conditioner sticking out a little bit, and the cold air coming from here. So I covered it with a blanket, and the blanket hangs down to the floor, but you could feel the cold air coming down on the floor where the blanket hits the floor. You could feel the cold air coming underneath it, hitting my feet. And that's why I got my my feet warming shoes on. I haven't listened to any of my records in years. I listen to my records all the time. It's awesome sauce. Usually I sit there with my boys and I try to show them like, hey, you got to hear this record, like Abbey Road, or like here, you got to listen to this record. You know, you got to listen to this one. We still got to do the Dark Side of the Moon. We haven't done that one yet, but we did all the Beatles stuff, all the Zeppelin stuff, all the good stuff. Yeah. 30 degrees in Dallas. Oh man. You're 10 degrees hotter than us anyway. So let's see where we at here. See. How about, well, you know what? Why don't we start with a soft sit instead of a frauditor? Because we got a Van Ballion soft sit. Rookie sovereign citizen learns a lesson she will never forget. Yeah. All right, let's see. 5 degrees in St. Louis. Negative 5 degrees. Holy crap, hammer sandwich. No. Yeah, all right, so let's go ahead and check it out.
Get out of the car!
What?
Get out of the car right now!
I haven't done anything.
We deal with sovereign citizens all the time. You're not the first one.
I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm
Yeah,
an
you are.
American state national.
Well,
Welcome back to the Van Ballion channel, guys. Today we head back to Florida, courtesy of police ride-alongs, for a video where yet another moronic and what looks like a rookie sovereign citizen finds out the hard way Florida cops and their supervisors are done with their nonsense. Definitely grab the popcorn for this one.
Pulled you over because you don't have a tag on your car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I am part of the American State Republic. And you know that we don't have to have tax and registration anymore.
Okay.
You know that.
Okay. You have a license?
Yes, I do.
She hands the officer a card with her name and date of birth that says American State National, United States of America, unincorporated. Basically a fake card off the internet. And we all know what happened the last time a SovSid tried that in Florida. If not, here's a reminder.
All right. So I'm going to ask you to step out. And if you refuse, I'm going to break your window and then I'm going to get you out, okay?
You need to read this.
Stop reaching for stop. Stop. You're going to get tased.
Are you kidding me?
Stop.
I just want you to know I'm traveling in my private vehicle. I am not operating in commerce.
Okay.
And that's why I do not need a tag or registration. I don't even have to have a driver's license. But I just got that, so I haven't had a chance to address my other identification. But this is the new identification. It covers passport, driver's license, all of that. And it has all the documents in there for you to look at.
Yeah, but that's not how IDs or the right to travel works. But please continue with your delusional rhetoric until the supervisor arrives.
Okay. Okay, so I'm at least going to need to look at your VIN on your card.
No, you don't have to look at anything. This is my private vehicle.
Okay.
And I'm traveling. I am not operating in commerce.
Okay.
I don't want to, I know you're doing your job. I do get it. But a lot of that is going to be changing.
Okay. So you said it's going to be changing. It's
It
not
already
changed.
changed.
Okay.
It was
As of right now,
as of January the 1st, no one else is going to ever have to have a driver's license, registration, or tag
January 1st of what?
next year. 26.
Okay. We're still in 2025.
But it doesn't matter.
It does
I'm not
matter.
a U.S. citizen.
Listening to sovereign citizens tie themselves up in knots with logic that doesn't make sense and law enforcement calling it out is why I still love covering these idiots after all these years. Well, that and of course the obvious.
I'm an American state national.
Okay.
I am an American citizen.
And here's backup to quickly put a stop to this nonsense and bring our soft-sick friend back to earth with a bump.
What she gave me, she's not a citizen of the United States. She's an American state citizen, but it says United States of America. Well, she doesn't give me any kind of driver's license. I said, whatever registration. I said, I at least need to check the bench. She goes, no, I do not.
Okay. I say we get her out.
Huh?
I say we get her out. Go ahead and step out.
I'm not getting out of my car.
Ma'am, step out of the car.
No. I'm not you. For what reason?
Because Pennsylvania v. Mims says I can order you out of the vehicle.
They're saying that Pennsylvania VMM is ordering me out of the car.
Ma'am, I need you to step out of the car.
I have not committed any crimes.
Of course she's on the phone to a guru giving terrible legal advice, and of course she's hanging on their every word. What a clown.
Step out of the vehicle. Right now, you are committing a crime. You're resisting.
He's saying that me not getting out of my car, he's saying that I'm being resisting.
Close the one off. Signal 14. She's refusing to get out of the car.
No, you need to step out.
Committed a crime.
You need to step out right now.
I'm
You're
in
resisting.
Hezokuai, and I am at the.
Give me 1 second.
Hey, sorry, just signal 14. I'm about to bust her window. Pepper blaster. Yeah, it's up against a curb. Like she's in the parking stall. She's up against a curb in a large median area.
Can you please ask your supervisor to come here?
Get out of the car, ma'am.
I'm about to take it. Why are you making me get out of my car?
Get out of the car!
What?
Get out of the car right now!
I haven't done anything!
Sorry to break this to you, lady. Just because someone on the internet told you driving without registration, refusing to identify, and now resisting arrest isn't a crime, doesn't make it true.
Get out of the car, or you're gonna get tased.
All right. Just grab her out. Grab her out. Let me go.
I'm gonna see if she gets out.
I didn't do anything. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you?
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting.
You've been resisting this whole time.
I
Yeah?
didn't. You were just telling me to
Get out of
Watch
my
your eyes,
car.
because this is open.
Right. Yeah, he was giving you a lawful order to get out of a vehicle, correct? Correct?
I want to get it. And you're violating my constitutional rights.
The irony of that statement, while you're ignoring and claiming laws derived from the 10th Amendment don't apply to you, is peak ignorance.
So right now, your handcuffs are not double locked. So we're gonna get right
Tell me what crime I committed.
Right now, it's resisting. Okay?
I haven't resisted.
Yes, ma'am. I asked you for
I haven't committed a crime. I gave you my identification. That's not a driver's license. Oh, I can give you my driver's license. We're past that point. I already asked you for it. You asked me for my ID. No, I asked you for your driver's license. And I gave it to her as a passport.
And I didn't ask for anything. I told you to get out, and you didn't.
I know, but you didn't even identify yourself.
That's not a valid reason to not comply with lawful orders, you clown. Also, how convenient that the person who claims the law doesn't apply to her suddenly now cares about what she thinks is police policies and procedures.
And what was going on? Okay, turn around. Okay. Can you give him the card? Please get your supervisor here.
Is he on his way?
He's already on his own.
So listen, can you give him my card? And on the back, yes, it has all the information. Those codes right there are for you guys. That's what they're for.
She also said everything's going to be changing soon.
But
And starting
you guys
next year,
already
you're
know
not need
this.
licenses.
Yes. And I'm an American state master. I am not a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, which means absolutely nothing because the law applies to you whether you're a US citizen or not. Also, I don't think I've heard this license is abolished by a certain date excuse before. Is this the new grift by these gurus to recruit new members? Or did she act alone and just pull that one out of her backside?
It says the United States of America on this card.
Yes, United States of America, not U.S. citizen. Not the incorporated, not incorporated under the Constitution.
You're going to come on.
No, I don't.
So she has a VIN block. I'm just trying to get to it.
Okay, I'm searching you. Make sure you don't have any weapons, any contraband that
I
is not allowed in the
don't.
jail.
I don't have
Okay.
any. You're taking me to jail?
Yes.
For what?
Obstruction, resisting.
I didn't do any of that, ma'am.
Probably for
Can you please get your...
Yeah, he's right here.
Right. He's going to do his thing. You're going to sit in my car when he's ready to talk to you.
You guys really need to get with the program and start realizing that supervisors have absolutely no time for your rhetoric and hyperbole. And this supervisor is no different.
When you guys hit it, that's when she cooperated.
After I punched it several
Yeah.
times, and then it finally like broke through, then
Yeah.
she was willing to open the door, and then I didn't like blast.
Okay, good.
Never blast
All
or
right.
anything because she was like at that point she opened the door. She wasn't getting out, but we were able to get her out without like using that, escalating that force.
Yeah.
Get all the way. He will come over and talk to you.
I'm allergic to air fresheners.
Okay.
So can I keep my head out? I'm really allergic to air
I'll put
fresheners.
the window down.
Okay, thank you. But it's really strong in here.
Okay.
I will have an asthma attack.
I'll put the window down.
Prepare yourself for one of the best verbal takedowns of a sovereign citizen by a sergeant you've ever seen. And get ready for our Sovsit friend to completely forget about her claimed allergy to air fresheners.
All right, what's up?
I did not resist arrest.
You did not?
No, sir. I did
So why
not.
was the window broken?
Because he just walked up to me, didn't announce who he was, didn't tell me what was going on. He just said, "Get out of your car." And I said, "Well,
So you were dealing with a police officer already, and then
And then he came up on the other side, and he never announced himself.
okay, he doesn't have to. You were already dealing with an officer, so another officer was there. Okay, you didn't.
No, sir.
Well, then we should just release you.
Yes, you should.
Right?
You can literally see the cogs in what's left of that adult brain turning before answering his sarcastic question. Comedy gold. Anyway, now the supervisor drops some cold, hard facts.
I have not broke any
Okay.
laws.
Here's
I haven't broke any crimes.
here's the
sir.
facts. You thought that you were going to be able to do whatever you wanted to do and that we weren't going to yank you out of your car. Actually,
No,
they
I didn't
got
think
you.
that at
They
all.
got you out of the car pretty nice compared to maybe how I would have handled it. Because I probably would have put an axe pick through that thing, shoveled out the entire glass, and dragged you out that window. If you were told to exit the vehicle, you exit the vehicle.
He
It's that
was scaring
simple.
me. I didn't know who he was
Okay,
or what he was doing.
First of all, it got to the point you weren't listening to the initial officer, who
I
by the
gave
way,
her my ID
who, by
like
the
she
way,
asked. She
is a
never
very
gave-
nice officer.
Yes, and I
Okay.
gave it to her. She never asked for
Okay.
anything else. So
And then you were
listen to her
told
body
several
cam.
times to exit the vehicle. Yes or no?
But I asked if I could be a crowd. He didn't tell me.
You don't. No. Stop. This is where you make the mistake. Were you ordered out of the vehicle? Yes or no? It's a yes or no.
I
Were
am
you
taking
ordered out of the
if
vehicle?
You guys have violated my
Okay,
constitutional
then you don't have to
rights.
talk to me. You're the one who
Then
asked
I
me to
want your
talk.
superior here, please.
No, he's not coming here. I
would
am
like
the
your-
superior. I am the
No,
watch
I want
commander.
your superior,
I am the
please.
watch commander.
I
am the watch commander. I am the watch commander.
Sir,
I am the watch commander. How many times do I have to say it? What
Sir.
other language do you speak so I can help you?
sir, I am an American State National,
No.
and I gave her what she asked me for.
No, you gave her what you claimed to be a license and a passport, then tried to gaslight her, said no when she asked to verify the VIN, then resisted lawful orders, hence why you're in the back of a police car.
She asked me for my ID. I gave it to her. She did not come back and ask for something else.
Okay.
And then she did. She came back and asked for my VIN. And I said, you know what? I am traveling as a private citizen in my private vehicle. And you guys do not have permission to be in my car.
But we are. Because you're under arrest. And we're towing you.
Please tell me why I'm
You
under
know, the
arrest.
very least resisting
I didn't resist.
unregistered motor vehicle in the state of
I
Florida.
don't have to have registration to
Yes,
tag.
you do.
I'm an American citizen. I am not a
I'm
U.S. citizen.
also an American citizen.
I
We
am
all
an
are
American
American
state national. I am not a U.S.
Yeah.
citizen.
The supervisor now drops his final series of truth bombs, and honestly, this is a joy to watch.
Look, whoever filled your head up with this stuff, I'm sorry.
I
It's not
take the
real.
fifth.
So that's
I
on
take
you.
the fifth.
Okay.
You want to take this?
Yeah, I'll just take
Wallet?
I'll take the wallet or phone.
But sir, I have not committed any crime.
Ma'am, we explained
And
to
it
you.
is not a crime not to have a tag or a license.
Yes, it is.
It is not a
Yes, it
crime.
is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. We deal with sovereign citizens all the time. You're not
I'm
the
not
first
a
one.
sovereign citizen. I'm
Yeah,
an
you are.
American state national.
Well, you know what? Sovereign citizens started changing their names to American state
I don't know
nationals.
what the sovereign
So you're an
is.
American state national / sovereign citizen, whatever, because now you're changing your name. So that way, you know, it's like, oh, it's not the same thing. It's the same thing.
So
You're free to travel. You know, you're free to travel. You don't have to abide by traffic laws like everyone else does and all this yada, yada, yada.
No, we
Look,
have
it
to
just,
be
it gets
honorable.
tiring. It gets tiring of this.
Can I please explain? It is about being honorable and not doing any harm.
Sure.
I don't think you're in a position to lecture other people about honour and harm when you're sat in the back of a police car for ignoring both those principles.
That's what it is about.
You said you wanted to plead the fifth. You got your chance to plead the fifth. You don't have to say anything incriminating. Okay.
I want to be let go. I have not committed any crime.
No, ma'am. That's too late now. We already broke the window. Once we break a window, nah, you going. So. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
That's the new thing now, I guess. So sovereign citizens say they're American state citizens. I am not a sovereign citizen.
Yeah, because she's like, I'm an American state citizen.
Yeah.
I don't go under the Constitution.
It's the same thing as a sovereign.
But she said she doesn't go under the Constitution, then it's asking for constitutional right. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so according to police ride-alongs, she was charged with resisting without violence, and just 1 week later, she got arrested again for failing to register her vehicle. She pled no contest to that charge and served 7 days in jail. And apparently, traffic cameras captured her vehicle with a Florida license plate 2 months later. So maybe there is light at the end of the tunnel for some of these individuals. Right, Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you also to my channel members and patrons for your continued support. I really appreciate it. And if you would like to support me and get early access to videos like this, then please consider becoming either a channel member or a patron. Right, take care all, and I will catch up with you in the next video.
All right, round of applause for Van Valiant. Love it, love it, love it. Look at this. We got this comment from Safety Persons. I wanted to comment on his comment with my commentary. Laws are designed to prevent injured parties. Crimes occur whether or not the parties are injured. See, that's one of the arguments that I wanted to make with these guys from day one. I've actually had conversations with Frauditors. I've had a couple conversations with some soft sits, but we didn't really get into the sovereign citizen stuff that deep, but to really, it's hard to talk to these people because no matter what you say, they don't want to have a conversation. They want to get a gotcha. I don't want to actually share ideas. I want to gotcha. They're just whatever. Cops are bad. Anyway, I would love to sit down with one of these guys and explain to them or have them explain to me some of their ideas. And this, I want to tell them or ask them. I would like to ask them. I'd like to say, look, please, seriously, explain to me. So let's build a scenario based on your logic. Okay, I'm not saying this, okay? You're a soft sit. I want to build a scenario based on your logic, okay? So if a police officer is standing here and there's another guy standing here and I walk up to him and I pull a knife on him and I go to stab him, and the cop is actually in a position to stop me from stabbing the guy, because I haven't actually stabbed him yet, there is no injured party. Therefore, the cop has no right to touch me. So he has to allow me to stab the dude first? What? That's the world you want to live in? Where if I decide I'm going to do something like that, I could just go ahead and do it? Because the cop can't stop me? He has to let me do it? You think the person who gets stabbed, you think him or his family are going to care about the rights of the person who stabbed him? And then I always like to say, especially when they say I don't need car insurance when I'm driving because my super secret imaginary fairyland bank account under my social security number will pay for it. I want to see sovereign citizens go to the funerals of some of their victims. And while the families are crying, to tell them, but wait, don't you understand? The whole reason why your son is in that casket is because I didn't want my rights violated. You should be happy that my rights weren't violated, that I didn't get insurance because I didn't allow them to force me to get it. Don't you understand? I didn't follow traffic laws because I didn't want my rights to get violated. Isn't that wonderful? Who cares that your kid's dead? Hey, at least I didn't get my rights violated when I was running them over. Isn't that great? I don't understand where this mentality comes from. You have to wait until the person is actually hurt. You can't prevent them from getting hurt. And that's the whole idea behind traffic laws. They're trying to prevent accidents. They're trying to prevent people from getting injured, property getting damaged, all of that stuff. It exists for a reason, and that reason is not because cops are bad and gay. These people are so dumb. They can't think. They do not have the capacity for rational thought. They just hear all this nonsense and they go, yeah, oh yeah. Leave fairyland out of it. I like it there. I did a Hendry video today. He wants to get rid of governments and replace it with an idea that sounds exactly like a government. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I've heard so many of these guys. Paul Enslaved is another one. Harvey Freebird, whatever. I've heard a lot of these guys talk about what they would do, like if they got rid of the government and replaced it with something better. It's like every time it's always the same thing. It's like they don't understand. Like it's so insane to me how many people know nothing about history at all. All they know about history is that Washington was the first president, Hitler was bad, and there was some stuff with the pyramids or something a long time ago. It's like, listen, when you tell me we get rid of the government, and I say, okay, what do you replace it with? Like, well, what do you mean? People would just govern themselves. It'd be beautiful. I say, okay, so what if you're in your house and you've got, you're living completely on your own with absolutely no government, anything, and you're living off of your own work, your own labor, you're growing your own food. And a group of 50 other guys that are hungry decide that they're going to just come and steal all your food because they're hungry, they're starving, they're desperate, they need food, they're going to come take it. They always have the same answer. Well, just shoot them. All 50 of them by yourself? Well, that's not going to happen. It's not? Why do you think cops exist? Why do you think governments exist? Why do you think all of these things exist? Because that's exactly what happens. Because if you have the farm and you have the land and you're growing the food, all the people who don't have all that stuff are going to want some. And they're going to take it from you. And if you don't like it, then more of them will come until they get you. And then you get got. Oh, well, then what we'll do is, yeah, but realistically, what would happen is the community would come together and we would have like a group of people in the community whose job it is to make sure that those other guys coming in don't try to steal from us. Oh, you mean like cops? And who's going to be in charge of them so that they're not just running around randomly killing anybody they want, like a witch hunt? Like they decide they don't like somebody because they don't like the way he looks or the way he smells or he hit on somebody's daughter. So they just hunt him down and murder him in the middle of the street with no checks or balances. Oh, well, we'd have a group of people that, like, you know, we know are morally correct and would not. Oh, you mean like a government? Like everything they describe is just how the government becomes what it is. The reason why we have what we have is because these things happen. We've tried that. Humanity's been around for quite a while now. Well over, like, you know, a couple thousand years. We've tried a whole bunch of different things, and they led to where we're at now. They tried that during the Occupy Seattle crap, and that crime was worse. Yeah. Of course, Governor DeCastro will be in charge. They'll call in a psychologist to mediate. Well, you see, this is the biggest problem with a lot of these guys. I always say, like, I always find it, well, it's not really. I mean, I always notice, it always seems to me that a lot of these guys, if you look at them and talk to them about, like, where they grew up, it's always rural. Like, you very rarely see guys from cities with this attitude. Because these people out there in the middle of nowhere, they have no idea what it's like to actually have 50 dudes with guns show up to take your stuff, whether you like it or not. They have no idea that that's a thing and that could happen to them. And that sitting on your stoop with a shotgun isn't going to stop that many people. And if they want your stuff, they're going to take it. The only reason they don't now is because we have the government, we have police, we have people that control this stuff. But when you talk about the psychologist thing, it made me think about, like, this whole idea of like, well, if somebody decides that they want to beat me up, I'll just tell them, hey, stop punching me in the face, please. And then they'll stop. What? Have you ever seen a Frauditor? Stop filming me. No! And I'll walk away. I'll follow you. Film your car. People are scumbags. They're full of hate. They're evil. They just don't care. So it's like, you want to live in a world where there's no rules, no regulations, no control. Basically, what they're saying is, I want to live in a world where anyone is allowed to do anything they want with no restrictions. The problem with that is, if you let people do anything, they will. You're not thinking on this level. But if you allow people to do anything, then people will do anything. That includes murder. That includes sexual assault. That includes any insane thing you could think of. It'd just be all off the rails. Everyone, it's like they never conceptualized that if people were allowed to do whatever they wanted with no consequences, that people would actually do bad things. Yeah. What's up, Cast Graphics? Internet God, what's up? Governor Chili de Castro will be in charge. Yeah, right. Hey, Blackheart, did you want me to show that video? I was going to show, I know Shenanigans just put a new one out, like an hour ago? I was going to show that one, but let's see. Blackheart Night. Oh, wait, is that the incompetent frauditor issues dire warning to Dealing Police Department? If it is, that's the one I was going to show this morning. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Stephen Robertson, Silence Boy knows all too well what you just said because of what recently happened to him and his friend. Yep. FAFO, man. That's what I'm talking about. FAFO. Ladies and gentlemen, Blackheart Night. Let's go. Oh, sorry. This is the wrong one. He's going to send me a link for the right one. Thank you, Blackheart. Thank you very much. Let's see. What's going on with hold on, let me check my Anyway, guys, it's Monday. Oh boy. This is my last week off. I go back to work next Monday. So next Monday is going to be I guess back to my early show. Because then I have to take Mini Hez to school and then I have to go to work. Oh boy. That's not going to be fun. But hey, it is what it is. It's all good in the neighborhood. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Taipan, I see the feds proposed a bill to bring into law the Halo law. Yes, yeah, they're trying to make it federal law because it does make sense. It's like that's another thing that drives me nuts. Like it ties directly back in with what I was just saying in my last rant a few minutes ago. It's like these guys have absolutely zero concept of what actually happens on Earth. It's like they don't even live in the same planet. They walk right up on a cop, and the cop's like, whoa, get from behind me. They're like, you coward, you're afraid, you're scared. Well, you're afraid, you coward. Because cops get shot and stabbed all the time. People coming up with they're a target. Because they are cops, they are a target. Don't believe me? How about the fact that you target cops? Yeah, but I'm just targeting them for a video. Right, they're a target. And criminals target them too. You see videos all the time of a cop pulls somebody over because they were speeding or something. They go up to the car, the dude pulls out a gun and starts shooting at the cop. That does happen. Like, where, how do you people not understand that that's a real thing? No. Yeah. Get out of your bubble, bunghole. That's a bunghole. You're a bunghole, bunghole. Oh, yeah, we watched the Beavis and Butthead Christmas special over the holiday. And it's, for those of you who've never seen the Beavis and Butthead holiday special, they do like It's a Wonderful Life, but instead of showing them how much better the world is because they exist, they show Butthead how much better the world would be if he didn't exist. It's the opposite. Like, look at how good the world would be if you weren't here. And so when they're in that world, Beavis has no memory because Butthead was never born of, what it was like. And he's volunteering at the food bank and he's helping homeless people. And Butthead walks in there and he goes, "What are you doing?" And Beavis is like, "Who are you? Get out of here." He's like, "Come on, quit being a bunghole." He goes, "What's a bunghole?" He goes, "You're a bunghole, bunghole." Yeah, forget about the time that a cop pulled somebody over and the guy came out with a hatchet. Yep. They don't understand people shooting cops because they have like 20 warrants on them. Yep. Anyway, let's get to this. Blackheart Knight sent me this video. So let's go ahead and get this up here. Where is it? There it is. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's check out some Blackheart Knight. All right. Yeah.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Whoa, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, real quick. I want to make sure that you all understand this is an exclusive. Yes, it's because you guys are here this morning. You get the awesome sandwich sauce, beautiful Blackheart Knight exclusive before it's the pre-release. Oh, Blackheart Knight, such a wonderful supporter of the channel. Thank you so much. This is going to be great. You guys get to see it first. Uncle Artie wants you to give him a wedgie. All right. Thank you so much, Blackheart. This is awesome. We get the exclusive. I love it.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we find ourselves out in Indiana with the frauditor known as Craig Hendry as he cries about his incarceration, and he tries to tell everybody about the brand new form of government that he wishes to form. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this freaking S show on the road, shall we?
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hendry channel. On December 16th, 2025, I was sentenced to 160 days in the Greene County Jail.
Oh, poor baby.
In the state of Indiana. I was accused and convicted of making a false complaint against a law enforcement office at a city council meeting. I contend, and will continue to contend, that no lie was uttered by me at that public meeting.
Oh, yeah, sure. You're the innocent party here. You've done nothing wrong at all. It's not like you were convicted of stalking or anything like that, or had your followers call flood a place because you were booted out of there. Yeah, it's not like you've done anything wrong.
However, the jury was convinced that I told a lie to public officials about public officials, and as a result, my children will be without their dad for the remainder of my time in captivity.
And just whose fault is that? In your mind, it's probably somebody else. It's always the other guy, not me. No, 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 no. It couldn't be me. I'm the innocent one here, huh? Yeah, you're just as innocent as a newborn kitten. Am I right, buddy?
At the sentencing hearing, the prosecutors had a chance to present evidence to support the requested sentence. They claimed that I lied in a video of mine which was published by my loved ones after the jury trial, and suggested that my publishing of deposition audio in a separate video was grounds for extending my captivity. For anyone new to my ideas or new to my content, I want to make it clear that to me, judges in the legal system today are state's attorneys in every material way except name, as they are attorneys in the employ of the state. Their salary is dependent upon the power of the state to forcibly extract money from productive individuals.
Oh, that's an interesting perspective right there, Craig. I know a lot of people who are productive members of society, and none of them have ever been forcibly removed from their money by a judge. You, on the other hand, you're not exactly productive, and yet you seem to have frequent encounters with judges. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's not a matter of productivity. Maybe it's just a matter of your attitude problem and your viewpoint on that you're untouchable, that you can't break any laws because to you, laws don't exist.
I say this to help you understand my rationale in saying the state prosecutors asked the other state's attorneys to hold me in captivity for 180 days. It doesn't quite sound right when said in this manner. However, I would challenge any man to refute the truth of what I'm saying.
Craig, anybody with half a brain and who doesn't have a lengthy criminal record can refute what you say because, well, to put it simply, you have a lengthy criminal history. And that often involves being put in front of a judge, which ends up with you getting sentenced quite frequently. While most normal people don't even ever see a judge at all in their lifetime. Yeah, come on now, Craig. Have a little bit of common damn sense.
After the prosecutors were done arguing for the maximum sentence and monetary fine, the judge asked me for any reasons I thought she should not do what the prosecutors want. I told her in more words that my children depend on me, that no damages were caused to anybody as a result of what they call a crime, and that I still believe everything I did say to be true. She got a bit curious with me after my statement, asking me to help her understand why I do what I do, despite knowing I will likely be put in jeopardy of being absent from my children's life, and suggesting that in doing so, she believes I'm a poor role model for my children, even asking me, "Do you want your son to live this life in and out of jail?"
I'll definitely agree with the judge on that one right now, Craig. You are definitely a piss poor role model. In fact, I do believe that your father may have been a piss poor role model given how well you turned out. I mean, you are at this point in your life a father. You should be dropping all this BS and paying attention to your child because if you continue down this path, then you will not be there to see all the milestones that your child will have, their first words, their first steps, and everything else that comes with that. Now, me, I was fortunate to have a good father who provided me with everything that I needed, but I've seen the results of absentee fathers and how screwed up those children are. You are not doing your child or future children any favors by doing this crap, by constantly being in and out of jail. It's going to screw with their heads.
She suggested that she didn't agree with my decision to let my children attend my trial and my sentencing. She made it clear that she wanted an explanation from me to help her understand my decisions in this regard. I remember my intent was not to go into sentencing and lecture criminals about their criminal ways, However, she asked, so I told her this, that I do not want my son to be in and out of their jails in his life. And that is precisely why I do what I do. I want my son to live a free man and not face aggression from the state for simply existing, possessing something they disapprove of, or speaking his mind.
Oh my goodness, dude, you are so far removed from reality. It's completely inconceivable how you've made it this far in life. I mean, people do have the right to speak out against the government, and they do it all the damn time with no consequences. But you, on the other hand, take it so far out of left field where you go out and actually harass low-level government employees and post their information on YouTube, and as such, they are in fear of their lives because of your followers. I mean, good freaking grief. You are so damn delusional.
I told her that my parenting style encourages standing up to bullies, doing what's right, and not following the crowd. I said to her that the men who fought the Revolutionary War fought over a 3% tax and trade regulations, and those men, many of them, fought that battle knowing the risk was losing their lives.
Hello? Where is everybody? I'm the only brain cell left.
My goodness, Craig, you lack any nuance when it comes to American history. If you would have been in any history class regarding the American Revolution, you would realize that the issues were very much multifaceted. In other words, there were a lot of other issues other than the Tax Stamp Act or any other little thing like that. And you want to talk about being a nonconformist and not following the crowd? I mean, come on now. What do you think the revolution was? It was a lot of people following another crowd. Those men back then conformed to another way of thinking. It's still a form of conformity, you frickin' moron. And as further example, look at Valley Forge, where a bunch of civilians were turned into soldiers, which is a form of following the crowd, you dipshit. I mean, no matter how you see this argument, one way or another, you're still following some crowd.
Many of them lost their lives standing against the king, who they perceived to be a bully. And I asked her, the judge, what kind of a man, what kind of a father would I be if faced with 180 days in jail, I cowered before you, judge, and the prosecutor, whom I perceived to be bullies, when the men before me were willing to pay a much heavier cost? I would be no man at all. The judge then asked how she is a bully. So I further elaborated that her profession is the only occupation that uses solely coercion to get their salary, that absent the use of violence, she would not be getting paid. In fact, the only other profession that supports themselves in this way is the armed robber, who says to their victim, "Give me your money or I'll take your life." She asked me what do I suppose should happen? Do I think we shouldn't have a government? I explained that many in history have been dumbfounded at the idea that food or water could be provided to everybody without the government. But we saw the poverty and death produced by the government control of food in the Soviet Union. And we see the efficiency that private persons handle the supplying of food in this country today.
Now, okay, then. So you're going to compare the Soviet Union's practices to the United States. Okay, then. So let's talk about that for a moment. How about SNAP? I mean, sure, there's people that take advantage of that when they shouldn't be using it, but you know what? It helps. What about the programs for elderly adults that really have nothing, no income or anything like that? They rely on government assistance for their food. They seem to be doing all right for the most part. And what about the government school food programs that allow a lot of students in the United States to have lunches, especially when they are impoverished? I mean, what about that? They seem to be doing all right. I mean, you have no argument right here. You're talking about a government that ceased to exist in the late 80s, early 90s, where you probably weren't even born yet. Got a further question for you, Hendry. Did you ever take a look at any other government food programs throughout the world to see if they were anything like the United States or the Soviet Union or anything like that? Probably not.
Likewise, the violent government monopoly of the courts and police is seen by many to be necessary. However, I think this is not true. I believe private persons interacting voluntarily would provide court and police services with far more efficiency, less corruption, and results that resemble justice, whereas today, results reflect not what is just, but what the current rulers desire. She came back to me saying that she believes my belief system is likely to land me in jail over and over, and that in light of that, 160 days in the Greene County Jail will be sufficient punishment for me. So here I sit, and here I stay for an extended period of time. And,
Wow! You're an idiot!
I mean, you seriously think that's not a form of government that you're talking about right there? You seriously believe that? That is essentially what government is. People stepping up to create laws and other people stepping up to enforce laws. That is part of what the government is, you piece of crap. Do you not see the freaking comparison right there? Are you that freaking blind? Of course you are. You're young and extremely dumb at this point. You essentially haven't learned jack shit, and most likely never will, with your stubborn little attitude problem, which will, of course, land you in jail over and over again, like the judge said. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
This could be some groundbreaking stuff right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the one and only Blackheart Knight. Craig doesn't seem particularly bright. No, yeah, he's definitely not that. That guy is he's dumb as rocks. Oh my goodness. He's got problems. Yes, indeed. Oh boy. Yeah, man, that guy. And it's like, so the judge gives him some wisdom and some logic, and he's like, oh, no. I want to keep my kids out of jail by teaching them how to break the law and to cause trouble, and to teach them that the government shouldn't be allowed to throw you in jail for doing things that are illegal. What? I noticed something with these guys, the frauditors, the sovereign citizens, all of them. One of the things they like to do, they love to play these word games. John Felix is really good for it. A lot of these guys, because it's the way they frame questions and the way they frame their statements that are very much intentional. Some examples, just in general, are like, so, do you think it's okay for the state to kidnap people? Well, of course not. But I can't say that because I know and understand that you're talking about arrests, but you're framing it as kidnapping because that's your gotcha. Oh, you support kidnapping? Or, see, you agree with me, the government's bad. Like, no. You're framing it that way intentionally. I bet he follows the crowd in jail. They have their own form of government. One inmate runs the jail and he enforces you to follow or suffer. Yep. Yeah. But it's like, that's the thing. It's so crazy. It's like, if people are completely in control of themselves, everything's going to go out of control. It's like, how do you not understand that? Just look at humanity in general and the way people act. you take the leashes off of people, they start going crazy. Like, there are bad guys out there. When people are kidnapped, we usually don't hear from them, know where they're located. Yeah, exactly. If they were kidnapping you, then how come, like, people know where they are? People can go visit them. They can get let out. They could go to court and get bailed out. Oh, that's paying the ransom. You're found not guilty, then you just go. You don't pay anything. Yeah, and then well, kidnapping is just one of them. But like, what's another one that they love to say? Oh yeah. If you get a ticket, that's extortion. Do you support extortion? No. Then how come you? So you don't support parking tickets or driving whatever? What's up, NCR? Moving violations. Well, speaking of traffic stops and NCR, I got Frauditors' new way to handle a traffic stop. A video by the one and only NCR News Network. So let's go. Oh no, not him! I don't want to see that. Oh my goodness. Oh my dearie dear. All right, let's just watch this video while I go sneeze.
Here is my new strategy going forward with dealing with cops. Okay. First, I want to get the cameras set up. I have fewer cameras now, but I do have a GoPro on a magnet. I'll open up the door, and you know, as soon as that happens, but that's assuming that this stop happens while I'm sitting in my van. But that'll be the first thing. Get the cameras going, as many as I can. I have fewer now, so I'll have fewer angles. Do that, then ask one of my first questions is going to be, is this an emergency? Okay. Do we have exigent circumstances here?
Only 54 seconds in, and there's a lot of stupid already discussed here. First off, we're not concerned about how many cameras you have or how many angles you can get us. It's not that. Your question already is interesting. Are you asking them, is this an emergency or do they have exigent circumstances? Well, if you guys are unfamiliar or don't remember Travis's old method, it was to ask for their ID to get his ID. Now, exigent circumstances would be something like, let's say if the cops go to somebody's house and they see a large pile of drugs, or if they see, you know, somebody being attacked, they could enter the home without a warrant. Since they're not entering your vehicle, they wouldn't need the exigent circumstances. Asking them if it's an emergency, if they stop you on a traffic stop, wouldn't be necessary, because more than likely you've committed a traffic violation, which would be grounds for them to stop you and either give you a citation or a warning. But this new strategy of yours so far just seems very, very stupid and, well, a way for you to prolong a stop unnecessarily for content.
Okay, because if we don't, then we could take our time and discuss things more thoroughly than rush. You know, you make your demands, I jump type of thing, and then you catch me for a failure to do something in some way, because that's ridiculous to make a law based on a failure to perform, like I'm in the military.
This guy is fucking stupid.
And I failed to salute the officer. Okay, that's ridiculous. That's become a standard in Louisiana, and apparently is the forefront for fresh new laws in the future. You know, because we're seeing all these appointees by the Republicans putting Louisiana Louisiana people in high positions. So I want to know if there's an emergency, are there exigent circumstances, and are you trying to intimidate me? Okay, then we'll establish how quickly this conversation needs to move along. All right. And then I want to ask, of course, why are we talking? What's the reason for you initiating this conversation? And is this a conversation? Are you investigating me? Because then that will turn us, if it's the answer is yes, then that turns it into an adversarial situation.
Shenanigans. Shenanigans. And we're calling shenanigans, folks, because there's quite a few things that we need to discuss. First off, they're not asking you to salute them like this is the military. Secondly, Louisiana isn't coming up with all the new policing laws and tactics that every state in the country has to use. And lastly, this whole thing of you're going to determine how long it's going to take. Look, a stop can take as long as it needs to when it comes to cooperation from both parties, the law enforcement officer and the person who's being stopped. If they have a legitimate reason to stop you and you do not cooperate, you extend the stop longer. If this is something like, let's say, you're going over the speed limit, they can stop you. They ask you for your ID, your registration, your proof of insurance. You provide it and you're on your way. Delaying it just for your own sense of, well, they're trying to turn this into an adversarial thing, which is not true. This is just you wasting their time and your time when you could get this done by simply cooperating.
You become my adversary if you're investigating me. But if you need my help for something, well, then that's a community service. Sure, let me help you. Oh, you need to know my name? Oh, we're back to investigating again. We become adversaries. I then become the defendant, and you become the prosecutor.
Run!
Prosecutor's wingman, the prosecutor's witness. Okay, so then I want to know if this is an investigation. Okay, a lot of people want to say, what is your reasonable excuse? What is your reasonable suspicion? What is your probable cause? But I've been learning from the 1800s slave law at that time, they're calling it excuse. Okay, so I like that. Why not bring it back? What is your excuse for asking me about my name and what I'm doing here and blah, blah, blah?
Well, the word excuse hasn't really left the language of the legal system. It's just been changed to more procedural style wording. The law has evolved since the 1800s, hence why there are now state statutes. That's why certain laws are off the books. That's why certain laws aren't being enforced. These slave laws were no longer enforced after the Emancipation Proclamation and after slavery was abolished in this country. The word excuse is a morally word. Now it's used more in the terms of defense instead of reasons while you're being stopped by the police. Now, Travis is trying to argue slave laws here, and I find that highly odd because those laws are off the books. Yes, they are still written in the older texts as an example of what the laws were and how they have changed now currently. But the word excuse now is mainly used for reasons of defense and not reasons why the police have stopped you. And it also allows it to be less based on a human's decision and then if it was based on facts in the case. So, Travis, they still use the word excuse. It's just now used for a different way than what you're talking about.
What is your possible excuse? Because, there's that 48-hour probable cause that the judges have to sign if they want to move forward with the case. I call it possible excuse. Instead of the 48-hour probable cause order, it's the 48-hour possible excuse order, because that's a low standard. They want to call it a higher standard. They want to label it as a higher standard, but it's really a lower standard. And in Louisiana, you as a defendant don't have any right, okay? You don't have a right to stand before the courts as they're trying to decide on their possible excuse.
What a crock of shit. Have you ever heard more bullshit or dribble coming from somebody who's not even the president?
For going forward with a case, which leads to arraignment, which leads to bail if you're likely in jail because of that. So as adversaries, if this isn't me just helping you, oh, you need to help find somebody, what's their description? You know, if it becomes, oh, I'm the one being investigated, oh, okay, I'm the defendant, we're adversaries now, okay, and you, officer, have the right to an attorney. I want to advise the officer, you have the right to an attorney, okay? So they want to tell us that, but they have it too. And really,
and none of this makes any sense. It's not an adversarial thing if the police stop you for a legitimate reason. Again, like I've explained, a traffic violation, or, your car matches the description of a car that was seen at a crime. They have those rights. You telling the cops that they have a right to an attorney while they're questioning you because of a traffic violation or something like that, it makes no sense. You're wanting to use outdated legal terms to, advocate for this. You're also saying that you don't have a right to defend yourself unless you're arrested. Well, what do you think an arraignment is? It's to argue the merits for bail, or if you need to be released on your own recognizance or being held on bail. You go to trial and you can argue it in trial, the merits of the case, and then get it dismissed. All this seems like is a prolonged stop for content and a way to kind of just waste everybody's time.
They have the right to the prosecutor, I guess. That's their attorney. Probably the judge too gets involved. They all three will sit and talk to each other, especially on a city court level, that dirty city court. So at that point, you can assume that as an adversarial situation here, you made it clear that he can have a lawyer, and I'm sure that he'll turn around and say, oh, or she, you have the right to a lawyer too. What a coincidence. Okay. Yeah. I'm willing to exchange names. Okay. So let's find out who we are, who's in the ring together now with multiple people. I want to know who everybody is. Okay. And I'll be willing to exchange my name for your name. Okay. I want to establish some things first, because I don't like to just jump in. What's your name? Airman Hines, sir. It's not the military. Okay. It's like, I'm done with the military. So that experience is over with. I know what that aspect of life is like.
With all due respect, what the fuck are you talking about?
And I don't live like that on the outside world, and I keep getting sucked into it, especially in Louisiana. I should know better, huh? I should know that that's a standard for the rest of the country, and it's going to become militaristic. And if you fail to do something for the cops, that's it. Off to jail you go, and found guilty on an administrative process more than a judicial process. So that's it. You become adversaries, then you've asserted your rights. I think trading names is okay, and then you start in on your examinations and cross examinations of each other, and that's a whole. There's a whole trickery involved with that, with questioning what's going on. I guess if you were to to start it in as a court case, suddenly we're in a courtroom together, adversarial parties. You then let's lay the foundation.
Why does this seem like the ramblings of a sovereign citizen right now? You're wanting to argue on the side of the road the merits of a stop as if it was a courtroom. That's not how it works. The police stop you for a traffic violation. They have the right to ask for your license, registration, and proof of insurance to make sure the vehicle is properly registered, meaning you're making sure you have proper insurance to be on the roadway, to make sure your license is valid. Those are fine during a traffic stop, and if it's lawfully requested. They don't have to exchange IDs with you to get yours. Their name is on the tag on their shirt. Trying to turn this into a court case on the side of the road would do nothing but prolong the stop. It would show that you're trying to obstruct them from conducting their lawful investigation, which would lead to you being arrested, which would lead to you getting a court date and you going in front of a judge. Instead of, hey, you got a busted taillight, I'm not going to write you a ticket. I'm going to give you a warning, get it fixed. Or, hey, it's a fix-it ticket. Fix it before the court date, we'll avoid the ticket. You're just trying to prolong everything. You're making no sense about this, man.
Okay, what is your background? Okay, oh, you want to hear my background? I plead the fifth. Okay, I don't have to testify. I refuse to testify. Okay, in the courtroom. Yeah, and what the judge likes to do a lot is just continue asking question after question. I plead the fifth, and then he'll ask the next question. I plead the fifth, and then he asks the next question. I plead the fifth. They will do that in court. It's happened to me twice, both in Wisconsin and in Louisiana. They will do that. You don't just plead the fifth across the board with these guys, with these jerks. All right, it's multiple times. You'll plead the fifth 100 times, and until you, and they'll make you do that, asking you question after question, trying to get into your, trying to get under your skin. Okay. Because it's not professional how they do that. But I mean, what is city court? It's not a professional court anyway. It's a court of limited jurisdiction, limited professionality.
Yes, a city court is a limited court to handle limited things. The city court mostly handles, eviction stuff for landlords, traffic tickets, ordinance violations in the city, small things that don't need to be handled in the higher courts of the state. I mean, if we were to put every single code violation or eviction hearing or traffic ticket in the state court system to be handled in these higher courts, there would be a huge backlog. Things wouldn't get processed. People wouldn't get their rightful due process or their right to have their day in court because everything is backlogged. The smaller court of the city court handles these smaller things so that the bigger, serious items can be handled by the higher courts. It's like you don't understand this. It's not that they're trying to get under your skin or trick you up or something. It's they're trying to make sure everybody gets their fair day in court.
Okay, you're working with some really nasty people, and it's happened to me twice, 3 times. It's ugly. I've kind of broken the first 2 times, so it can't be continuing to happen. In fact, that's something that, if I'm going to get harassed more and more, and then by city judges, it's got to be, I think I'd like to lay the foundation of that, and make it clear that I've had this happen before, and I've pled the fifth over 100 times on each question.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I know that's a discussion on its own, and and then you can turn around and ask your questions, and that's what the court process is about, is asking questions, and there's the jury can be probably the audience on camera to decide on the streets during your adversarial encounter if it's an investigation of you, of somebody who's not in an emergency. If they claim that, you know, you got to check all the boxes in your police interactions, and that's what I've gathered as I am moving forward with cop interactions. So I'd say two things I take from this that I'm going to implement. It's not only, you know, it's always been the exchange IDs, but I'm also willing to. I want to ask if this is an emergency. I want to slow this down, because what happened in Natchitoches was they asked me 3 times for my name. Like they told, and it sounds like it's along the same lines of thought as like they told me to drop the knife 3 times. Okay, it wasn't. Yeah, and it's a failure. Like a failure to drop the knife, a failure to give my name is not on the same severity level. All right, it doesn't have the same weight, but but in Louisiana, everything's got the same weight, whether you murder somebody or fail to give your name.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
It seems. And yeah, that's the Napoleonic law. No other state's got it. So whether you're an emergency, are these exigent circumstances? Are you trying to intimidate me? Is there something I can help you with? Is this an investigation? I was just, you have the right to have a lawyer present during our adversarial encounter.
I think we're going to stop it here, folks. The remainder of this video is just Travis going over on how he's going to tell the cops that they have a right to a lawyer too, while they're questioning him on the side of the road for an investigation. This makes no sense. This has nothing to do with why they've stopped you. All this is you prolonging a stop. And the fact that you were arrested in Natchitoches, Louisiana, was for failing to ID when they gave you 3 chances to do so and you failed to provide ID. When all you would tell them is you won't give them your ID until they give you their ID. So if you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out my second channel, the podcast, and don't forget to sign up for your free 14-day trial with Aura. With all that being said, be well, be safe, and I will see you guys next time.
All right.
And a special thank you to all members of the Handbook. All of your support, I can keep the channel going. So I'll thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. You guys mean the world to me, and I can never thank you enough. You guys rock.
All right. Round of applause for Ed Charters Network. I'm telling you, that dude is so dumb. For those of you who've been around for a while, when I did my Frauditor iceberg video, I put him in it at the end of part 1, talking about how, like, oh, it's so awesome to get the cops to come to you and to give them a hard time so that they call more cops and call more cops, because it's a great feeling knowing that you're taking them away from real crime. What? Oh, Travis, this guy, he's such a scum. What is this? From Jaime. Play it and News Now Voodoo thoughts. What? News Now Voodoo doesn't have thoughts. He's got to be a paint huffer. Yeah, right? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a bowl of crayons with the side of smoking paint chips. That's what these guys are all about. Yeah. Oh, man. Let me see what this link is from Jaime. Because I'm in StreamYard, the link. Anything, I got to YouTube. Let's see, what is it? Oh, this is AI. That's funny, but I don't know about copyright if I could show that. That's funny.
Hey, man, that's what I gotta do? I gotta run into the store and just grab some Red Bull and split. You know what I'm saying? Woohoo! Yeah. I really like NCRs, not the over fried chicken. Oh yeah, the fried chicken. Yeah, I'll take some of that. Thank you. Oh, well, come on. What's wrong with fried chicken? Oh, come on, yo. Give me shrimp. Shrimp.
Pimp, wimp. They all apply to him, especially the wimp part. That voodoo doll is something else altogether, man. Happy Monday, guys. This is our last week at the 8 to 10 hour. After this, starting next Monday, I'm going to go back to my regular time spot, bright and early. Oh, I'm going to hate waking up early every day. It's been a nice vacation. It's been a great time. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, as always. You're the best fans in the world. Thank you so much. And like I always say, at the end of the day, yeah. I'm all shook up. Wrong one. There you go.